Hi everyone! We're here to watch season 6, episode 8. We're really excited for this episode. Heard a lot of good things. Hope we get a few answers. Something really exciting that we're doing tonight is we're going to play a new game that we came up with. We have a black hoodie on the corner of the TV screen, as you see. Every time it looks like someone is wearing the black hoodie, we will take a drink of wine. So that is our new PLL drinking game. Feel free to indulge with us, and we will talk after the show.
All right, see ya.
Bye.
Donut, did we have to pause PLL because you have to go potty? Yes, we did.
Do you know how hard that is?
You're making your mommy not very happy.
You don't care, Mom. You don't care because you're A. This was your intention the whole time. Huh?
Ruthless. You're ruthless. Alright, so we just watched episode 608 of Pretty Little Liars, and holy cow, that was a good episode. Whoa. We didn't record reactions to this one because I forgot my iPad, and I am really bummed because that one was really good. But maybe we'll do it next time, and we will definitely do reactions for the finale. No question about that. What are your overall thoughts, April?
That was like one of those episodes where afterwards I like don't even know what to say because there was so much that happened.
Yes.
And I just I feel like we didn't get any answers necessarily, but there were so many things going on. There was Redcoat, and there were those crazy photos of the girls, and then there was creepy Ezra, and there was like what was with Clark in the end.
Oh my gosh. It definitely
so much stuff. Oh, Jason's doppelganger.
Oh my god, seriously. It definitely moved the plot forward, that's for sure.
Yeah.
A lot happened. Whoa. Alright, so we're gonna go through and recap a little bit. Start off with all the girls sitting together, and Hannah was feisty as hell. As usual these days.
Yeah, totally. I like it.
Me too. And like the other girls were like, whoa, harsh, Hannah. And I'm like, yeah, it is a little bit harsh, but like Charles deserves for them to be harsh.
Yeah.
Like he has been more than harsh to them. And I understand that Allie is having a hard time knowing that it's her brother, but like she's barely ever met him before, and he's been torturing these girls for years. I think that Hannah has perfect right to be mad and to not feel sympathy for him.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, yes, girl, preach it. And then, oh my gosh, when Hannah like gets up to leave and the camera pans to the girls and Arya looks so guilty.
Hannah said something on her way out.
Yeah,
like,
she did.
Like calling A out.
Right.
And then Arya was just like, oh shit. Is this what I'm supposed to tell him? Or?
Oh my god, that was too much.
Her face. You have to put.
Oh, I will. I'll put the
picture of the face.
I hope the police catch him, because there's nothing they can do to him that's worse than what he did to us.
Let's just transition into the next person who is acting sketchy as fuck in this episode. So we're at the brew, and Ezra is like hardcore eavesdropping on Arya talking to Clark, and he's like...
Every time Clark asks a question about what they went through or about the dollhouse or whatever he's asking, yeah.
Oh my god. It was
Ezra's like, did someone say Charles?
Could you be more obvious, Ezra? Holy cow. And then when he's like, what was he asking you questions about? We're like, whoa, buddy. So, Allie and Lorenzo getting a little close in this episode. Closer. How are you feeling about the facial hair situation?
Wait, he had facial hair?
Yeah, you didn't notice?
He had like
a pedo stash.
I was too distracted by the fact that every male in Rosewood has a studio apartment with the exact same layout.
Yep.
That's pretty much all I could focus on.
Do they all live in the same building?
Maybe.
How funny would
That
be?
actually would explain it. They're all just neighbors. It's like Friends.
Yes. Except for it's like the bro version. Oh man, and then Tanner looking at Arya's pictures and she's like, they're very, what did she say? Succinct? Like,
Oh, I don't remember her saying anything.
like, what does that mean in regards to photography? I don't know, it was very bizarre. I've read a bunch online about like people being really harsh on Tanner and that she's like really just trying to do her job, and so I'm trying to give her a little bit more credit than I used to, but her like affect, just like, I just don't like it.
No, she's horrible. She's like a bitch. Like, she doesn't have to be such a stone cold bitch.
Well, I think she just like doesn't know how to talk to these girls, and so she's trying to like, I don't know, it's very bizarre. That was just such a weird scene. But then we see this like fucking control room where A has this setup with like the red button that he presses and lets in Redcoat. Oh my god.
Notice also Sarah Harvey wasn't in this episode. Is that because she was like hanging out with Ezra?
Maybe. I mean, I think we're supposed to believe it's because now she's staying with Claire and Cortland, but it's probably not a coincidence. As we
I
like
think
to
she
say.
could be Redcoat.
It's possible.
It's possible.
We didn't see Redcoat's hair. Like usually,
Right.
in the
Usually you
previous
see like a
seasons, we'd always
swath
see
of
the
blonde hair. Yeah.
and we didn't see that at all. That could be explained by the fact that A now has short hair that would not cascade out of a Redcoat.
I have a bad feeling about Sarah Harvey in general anyway. I don't think she has good intentions. I think a lot of people feel this way about her.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's something weird about her, whether she's like on the bad side or the good side.
Totally.
I mean,
I really don't know what to think about her. I mean, it wouldn't even remotely surprise me if she was on the A team.
Yeah.
I'll say that. But I'm just thinking, like, where is this room that A has set up to, like, watch the art show? Like, how did he get the cameras? What is going on? It's just crazy. And then I love, Emily says to Arya, they're talking about Arya's jacket, and Emily's like, the one with skulls on it, and Arya's like, am I that predictable? And it's like, yes, Arya, you are that predictable.
they have like a little back and forth joke about Arya's wardrobe, which is funny. I feel like it's maybe like the show acknowledging that people think Arya's wardrobe is ridiculous, so they're like throwing in these jokes just for us.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
What does Emily say? Like, your wardrobe's a little bit more loud than mine, or something. It speaks a little more loudly than mine.
Yes.
It's like, yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does. So Emily and Arya are talking about prom, and Emily tells Arya that the school is deciding whether or not they're going to be able to go because there are safety concerns. And Arya's like, what? Why? Because of Charles? And it's like, duh.
Obviously.
What show are you on, Arya? Like, what world do you live in? Oh my god, like, hello, get with the
She was
program.
like, "What? Because of what happened in the arcade?" It's like, yeah, you mean when like 18 people were almost murdered by like flying baseballs and like pot gummy bears? Yeah, that incident, Arya.
Yes. Or maybe that you got fucking kidnapped and
Seriously.
held in a dungeon, basically. Oh my god, this girl is
Yeah,
too
that
much.
might scare people away from prom.
Oh my god. If there were 4 girls who went to my school who were like being chased by a murderer,
yeah.
I would definitely be a little nervous to go to an event where they were all gonna be. I would be like, can we have our own prom? I thought that was cute though when Arya asked Emily if she wanted to be her prom buddy. But then Emily's like, oh.
Yeah, it was cute, but like the whole time she was talking, Emily had that look on her face like, oh, well, Sarah Harvey.
Oh god. Arya is definitely the most sympathetic to Sarah. Like, when Emily was talking about Sarah, Arya was like, oh, cool, like, good for you, basically. Whereas Hannah's like, who is this bitch? Like, what's she doing here?
Yeah. Hannah's very skeptical of everything at this point.
Oh, for sure. But, like, I don't know. I don't think it's a coincidence that, like, Arya's the most sympathetic to Mona, and Arya's the most sympathetic to Sarah. Like, that could very well be A-team connection stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then Lorenzo's like, there's a spare key right there, Allie. And I'm like, how long have you known this girl? What are you doing, dude? They've been, like, talking to each other for what, like, a week or 2?
And like, look at Allie's history.
Oh my gosh.
You're gonna give this girl your house key?
Dude, not smart. And then Arya's like, who would want to go to prom with me? And I'm like, Clark would sell a kidney to go to prom with you,
seriously.
girl. Like, what are you talking about? Do you want to talk a little bit about Rhys Matthews?
Oh my god. Rhys Matthews. So as soon as this guy comes on the screen, it's like, is this like, what's the actor who plays Jason? Is this his real life brother?
Drew Van Acker.
Like, he looks exactly like Jason.
He does look a lot like him.
And at first, it was kind of like, did they do this on purpose? Is this just, am I like reading too much into this?
Right.
Is this a coincidence? But then like Spencer and Hannah bring it up, and I mean, it's something you can't deny.
Yeah, no.
They look exactly alike.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, obviously there's something shady going on with this corporation, but I think that the fact that he looks like Jason is like totally just there to throw us off. There's no way this guy is Charles. Absolutely no way this guy is Charles.
No, there's no way that the first time that he came face to face with some of them would be that meeting.
Like if the finale happens and Charles pulls off his mask and it's Rhys, I'm gonna be like,
oh hell no.
Yeah, hell no.
Yeah, me too. I'm confident it's just to make us think that it's Charles.
Totally.
And I mean, it worked for. Well, wait. Do the girls think that he's Charles? I think
they do.
Yeah.
They totally do.
Yeah.
I think that was the whole point of it.
Yeah.
So that the girls have someone. It's like each episode the girls need someone new to think that they're Charles.
Of course.
I mean, this episode it was Rhys.
Yeah. And if Charles is behind the Karasimi group, if he's like the boss that Rhys was talking about, when he was hiring, he could have like put out an ad in the classified section that was like a picture of Jason. It was like, dudes who look like this guy are the only people who need to apply for this job. And like an MBA would help too.
I think it's definitely true that Rhys's boss is Charles. Like, I believe that this is like Charles's company.
I think so too.
That he's using as a front, or that like where he's keeping all his money. I think that that's definitely true, but I don't think Rhys is anyone.
I don't think so either. I think he's just to like throw people off.
Yeah.
And then, shocker to absolutely nobody, Allie steals Lorenzo's ID. And, yeah. Of course. And then Arya asks Ezra to prom.
But
I mean, I saw that coming a mile away, but that was really awkward.
So awkward.
I liked a lot of the clothes in this episode. Like, all the girls were wearing really cute dresses at different points.
I liked Spencer's dress at the gallery.
Yeah.
That was really cute.
I liked Hannah's dress earlier in the episode.
I didn't like Arya's ballerina dress.
I thought it was cute. I mean, I wasn't crazy about the pattern, but like for Arya, it was like not that crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like to an art opening 1 year ago, Arya would have worn like the most batshit outfit ever.
Oh yeah.
So this was like kind of classy version of Arya.
Right, at least it wasn't like leopard print.
Right, it was like a dress and heels. Like so I have to say, before the scene in the gallery, I had gotten to the point where I was like, Clark is nothing, like he's just some dude who's like filling space, and like we can just discount him at this point. I spoke too soon though, because then at the gallery he gets super sketchy.
Right.
And Arya's like, oh, what about that award you won? And he's like, oh yeah, that. I forgot about that. And then she's like, where are your parents? They don't live that far away. And he's like, let me go over here for a second. And it's like, okay. I mean, did he like have a character he was supposed to memorize and he like forgot stuff about it? Or like, I don't know what was going on there, but that was like red flags.
Yeah. I mean, I'm getting a little like sick of the new characters coming in and then they're sketchy. It's like, how many, like I can't keep track of them all. And like they're gonna have to explain this in the end. They're gonna have to tie up all these, get like Leslie and now Clark and Rhys and Ezra's date is probably gonna be something. And
oh, you think so? That girl?
I don't know. I mean, there's a new character in every episode, and then you think they're just there, and then they turn out to be someone sketchy, and I'm getting like a little bit over it. But the only thing I can think is that in the end, it'll turn out that like all these people have been recruited by A, and they're just like little minions, which is like, that's fine, but it's like, can we just be introduced to one single character that's just like there just cause?
I mean, I will say there have been a couple of people like that, like Johnny, and he was worse than all of these guys.
That was very weird. Like, he just stole Spencer away for like 3 episodes and then he was gone.
He was the worst.
I almost wonder if they like brought him in for a certain purpose and then like the audience reaction or just like
so bad.
People watching were like, oh,
we hate this guy.
Yeah, so they were like, okay, we gotta write this guy off real fast.
Oh, that's funny. And then, oh boy, they like open up the gallery. Well, first of all, actually,
Arya's like stepping forward.
Right. That was
like,
so
what was
weird.
that?
Like, did she think she was gonna win something?
I was expecting one of those awkward moments where she announces the winner, but it's like not Arya, but she's already reaching for the microphone.
Oh my god, that was funny. But then they like, you know, reveal the artwork, and the fucking pictures of the girls from the morgue are like front and center, and we're like, oh my god, Charles, you sneaky little bastard. Oh my god. And then like Tanner thinks that Charles is like sending her messages, and I'm like,
that was a little weird.
That was weird.
That Spanish thing.
Did you think that was for real?
I feel like the fact that she said it was probably, I don't know why else they would put it in there.
Yeah. What did she say the translation was? Like, they are pretty?
Yeah, they are pretty, and then, like, they
Linda.
aren't Linda's, because her name is Linda, and
Right.
A is saying, like, they're not yours.
Huh.
It's just, like, kind of a... It's like, okay, Tanner, like, you exercised your high school Spanish knowledge. Let's, like...
She grew up
give
in
it
a
a
bilingual
rest.
household.
That's true, she did say that.
How dare you? And then Allie is snooping at the police station, and shocker, who should find her but our good friend, Linda Tanner.
Did we always know that was her name? Or was
A
that...
long time ago, they, like, mentioned
Okay.
it once.
I thought more would come of the snooping.
Me too. I thought she was gonna get in trouble.
Well, I thought she would like discover something. I thought she was gonna discover something that we weren't gonna see. Like we'd see her react to something.
Oh, interesting.
Because I feel like that was nothing really. She didn't
Right.
really find anything, and I think the whole thing was just for her to get in trouble and have that fight with Lorenzo.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it was good for Allie to hear Tanner kind of give her a little bit of a adult reality check.
Yeah.
That wasn't just like Hannah getting mad and yelling at her. Like, Charles is dangerous. Like, he's done a lot of really terrible stuff. And, like, yes, he's your brother, but that doesn't make it okay. Boy. And then we both were immediately like, he's getting fired, right? Like, Lorenzo will get fired for this, I assume. But then he
because
just
she
said,
says the
like,
thing about the badge.
right, like, he won't be needing this anymore,
Yeah.
or something like that. And then, oh my gosh, so Ezra doing Habitat for Humanity is just like, I don't know if I should like laugh or barf at that.
I think that's something to like throw us. That's like so the audience is like, okay, Ezra's like doing this thing, like his storyline is like tying itself up. He's like going away to, like, you know what I mean? That's
Totally.
like to throw us off and maybe even to throw the girls off. Like he's
got plans.
Yeah, he's got plans.
Yeah. Interestingly, in that conversation, Ezra says to Arya, like, Charles knows he's close to being caught. And I'm like, interesting. Is that why he's planning to, like, leave the country to do Habitat for Humanity before he gets caught?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, people.
Also in this scene, Ezra was totally wearing the black hoodie, like, so perfectly.
So perfectly. Oh my god, you guys, this game that we played was so funny. The first like 5 minutes of the episode, we were just watching for the hoodie and we kept having to rewind it because we realized we like had no idea what was going on.
I was not even paying attention to the show.
It's so amazing. You have to try it.
Yeah, you have to.
And,
this is the best game
tweet
ever.
pictures at us. Okay, so we want you guys to start playing this game when you watch the episode and tweet pictures at us. So hashtag it hoodie game. And tweet your pictures and let's make this thing catch on.
It's really fun, you guys.
It's so funny. It
pretty
will
much the
definitely
best.
make you laugh. And so, like, just pause the TV and snap a pic and then send them to us. Yeah, Ezra was, like, black hoodie that entire conversation.
Totally.
I mean, I don't want to say that April's, like, a mad genius, but
I
it's
am.
becoming more and more clear.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was so weird when Arya was like, I'm freezing cold.
Yeah, what was
all the
that whole
time.
thing?
I don't know.
It was like she asked the writers for like a deep monologue, and they were like, let's just give her something about Iceland.
So a lot of people think that maybe like Iceland is where Arya like kind of cooked up the idea for A.
Mm-hmm.
And she basically implied that like when she woke up in the morgue in the dollhouse, she kind of thought she was like waking up in Iceland, and it was like all the stuff that had happened to them since then was just a dream.
That was the first time she's ever really talked about Iceland, too.
Yeah,
Ever.
like that was really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think that that's very telling.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, maybe you're freezing cold all the time because you have a heart of ice.
It's
'Cause
true.
you're a psycho murderer. Oh, brother. And then, of course, we see that Clark has followed Reese to this, like, abandoned doll factory.
Yeah, like, really?
Dolls. So many dolls.
What town has a doll factory,
I
too?
know, right?
do
Like,
those
they have an
exist?
abandoned ice cream factory. They have an abandoned
A
doll
lot of
factory.
abandoned
like,
factories in Rosewood.
what's happening in Rosewood?
Yeah. Remember that one where Emily was in that old-timey, like, trap where she was gonna get split by the saw
Oh,
blade?
yeah.
It was like a Rocky and Bullwinkle
Yeah.
cartoon or something.
But that was in Ravenswood. But still.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of, like, weird-ass factories around there. That was one of the places where we saw Redcoat, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Allison was Redcoat. And then Cece was, like, the diversion Redcoat. Yeah. So, of course, as soon as I think that Clark has nothing to worry about, we find out that he's, like, working for A or something.
I still think that has to be... I mean, he could be shady, but I feel like they throw in a lot of those, like, they're leaving us thinking he's shady, and then in the next episode, like I mentioned, we find out that, like, oh, well, Reese had called him because they offered him a scholarship, and they said, meet us at this doll factory so we can give you the check. So that's the only reason he was there.
If somebody were like, hey, meet me at an abandoned doll factory so I can give you money, I'd be like, you can keep the money.
Totally.
But also, like, maybe something like, you know, Clark felt bad about what happened to Arya's picture, so he was like, let me go find her some creepy-ass dolls. I know she really likes those. So he's, like, going to, like, pilfer the abandoned doll factory.
Yeah.
Like, who knows? So, yeah, I guess we'll see on that one. Oh, my God. We just need to talk about the patriarchy for a minute. So, Lorenzo, well, Allie comes back to Lorenzo's apartment after getting caught by Tanner. You know, he's pretend sleeping on the couch, and she walks in, and then she turns around, and he's like right there.
Like, how did that? He has a studio apartment.
Oh my God.
How is he on the couch in front of her, and then she turns around and he's behind her?
Because PLL is like basically a horror movie that's lasted for 6 seasons. And he's like, how dare you? Like, you manipulated me. And I'm like, let's break this down for a second, policeman bro. You are a dude in an authority position who's like probably in your 30s, maybe 20s.
Maybe 40s.
Maybe 40s. Who is dating a teenager who, you know, you're like trying to get her to do this wholesome stuff like...
Soccer.
Yeah, like coach children's soccer and like be a fucking camp counselor, and then when she is hesitant about it, you're like, what, are you afraid to be in the woods at night? And it's like, fuck you, dude. Like, you have no idea how terrifying her life has been and what she's been through. Like, don't patronize Alison De Laurentiis. I'm sorry. And she manipulated you like you were a grown-ass man dating a teenager. Let's not talk about who is doing inappropriate stuff here. I'm just saying. Like, I can't deal with him acting like he is the victim in this situation. Like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Hashtag proud to be a feminist. And then Allie's just basically like, I would do it again. And I'm like, good. You tell him, girl. Girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do. And then we see that Tanner has the like security camera footage from the gallery, and it looks like Reese was the one who swapped out the photos. Not surprised by that, especially like if he's working for Charles. And then we get the A tag, and we see in the trunk of this car there's like a tuxedo, and there's a bunch of tools and like rope, and then A pulls out like a thing of syringes, which we assume are for the girls, I guess, and then closes the trunk, and we see that it's a limousine, and Redcoat is driving and hands A 2 tickets to prom. I mean, Arya did ask Ezra earlier in the episode if he wanted to go to prom with her. That was the only, like, somebody asking somebody else. I don't know if that means anything, but that was that. And then it looks like from the promo for next week that prom starts next week.
Yeah.
In next week's episode.
So excited.
Yeah, I'm really excited too. I think that makes a lot of sense because we keep talking about how, like, it seems like the finale should be a 2-hour episode.
Oh, yeah.
Like, how are they going to fit everything in?
Well, now that we know how many questions are being answered too.
Yeah, totally.
So many questions are being answered, and I don't want it rushed. I want to be able to have, like, a thorough explanation of all these things.
Definitely. And so I was thinking, like, how are they going to fit all that in one episode?
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't even make sense. So I'm glad that prom starts, and so that'll kind of, like, give us a leeway. So it's basically like a 2-hour episode split between 2 weeks, I think, which I'm really glad that they're doing that. Oh my gosh. So what are some of the things that we're going to find out in the finale?
Okay, so who is Charles?
Right.
What is his motivation? Also, who killed Toby's mom? Who hit Allie over the head with the rock? Who killed Mrs. D? Wasn't there something else?
Who is
Redcoat and who is Black Widow? Literally every question you ever wanted answered about this show.
Summer of answers, baby.
Oh my god, so excited. Like, I will not be let down as long as all these questions are answered.
So excited.
This is so, I can't believe it. They really were not lying when they said summer of answers. Some people are upset that it hasn't been, like, little answers sprinkled throughout the whole season, which, number one, I kind of disagree with. We have gotten, we know Charles is a brother.
Yep.
We found out, like, many things.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten answers to these big questions because why would they answer one question at a time in each episode? They all tie together, theoretically, so it's like they're not going to tell us in episode 1 who Charles is, and episode 2 what his motive is. And so I'm not, that doesn't really disappoint me that we're waiting till the end for all the big answers.
Yeah. I guess I was under that impression just because the whole, like, summer of answers kind of made me think, like, oh, okay, we're gonna find stuff out all summer. But I'm not disappointed with this season at all. Like, that's what I was expecting, but I'm not mad at the way that they've done it. I thought maybe we would find out, like, who Black Widow was, like, a little bit earlier, who Redcoat was. Like, I can see how they could have spread that out, but, like, I'm not mad that they didn't. I think
but we also
really
don't know, I mean, maybe the story works out in a way that, it needs to be told all at once. Right. They can't just give us one piece because all the pieces kind of fit together.
Yeah.
God, I don't know how they're even gonna, if all of these pieces, all of these questions fit together, I just don't even... I mean, they have to, though, right? They can't just be one independent, like, oh, Marion's death was, like, something totally independent of everything else, but they're just going to tell us how it happened. That would just be weird.
Yeah. We're really curious. We've been talking about, like, how we think that the finale is going to go down, and, like, whether we're going to learn stuff in flashbacks or Charles is going to explain everything. Like, I don't know, because we were saying earlier that it seems unlikely that Charles will reveal himself and the girls will be like, so, tell us,
let us sit down.
What's going on. Like, just explain yourself. Like, if it were me, I'd be like, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
But I guess maybe if it's someone it is someone they know, right? That's what we're assuming.
Right.
Maybe that makes a little bit more sense. Like, if it's revealed and it's Ezra, maybe they would kind of be like, what is your problem? Yeah. Tell us, like, what's going on.
Yeah, totally, that makes sense, yeah. Oh my god, sorry for all the F-bombs, guys. I'm just so
It's just been so crazy.
It's like... This was a great episode.
It was.
I really
it brought
liked
up a lot. Yeah. We didn't necessarily get, like, a ton of new information, but it just brought up a lot of...
Yeah, and I feel like there were a lot of really good, like, whoa moments.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
So as is usual these days, we have a couple more Ezra things to discuss. So not only was he super creepy in this episode, we have the Habitat for Humanity thing that's, like, clearly a ruse to make us think he's doing something.
Definitely.
Like, come on, Ezra. A little tidbit that we got tonight before the show started, I had a tweet from @SamHanrahan87. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm probably not. It's okay, I have a really bad maiden name. She tweeted The A scene at the end of season 4, episode 17, Bite Your Tongue, we know A has Tippy. Tippy the bird said, "Hey, board shorts, did you miss me?" So Hannah and I went back and we watched a little bit off and on through that episode, and then we watched the very end of the episode, the A tag, and sure enough, it's the episode where A is shredding documents and then lining Tippy's cage with the shredded papers. And Tippy says, "Hey, board shorts, did you miss me?" As we know, Ezra is board shorts.
Yes. And 417 was the episode where he was revealed as board shorts, because that's when Spencer goes to the Heart and the Huntsman and she sees him eating the boysenberry pie and drinking the board shorts ale, and she puts it all together.
Right. So what I think about this episode is that when we were watching it live, and that was the most recent episode, I think we were supposed to look at that and see it as Tippy remembering Allison saying, "Hey, board shorts, did you miss me?" or something like that. We were supposed to kind of like just gloss over that part that didn't really mean anything other than it was a bird repeating something that it heard.
Right.
But now, knowing what we know, and with Ezra like 100% being A,
Yep.
I think that was actually Tippy talking to Ezra saying, "Hey, board shorts, did you miss me?" I mean, that was a huge clue. Thank
Yeah.
you so much, follower,
Yeah,
for tweeting that
thank
at us.
you.
That was an awesome clue. We loved that. We like feverishly pulled out the laptop and turned on that episode to watch. 'Cause
Yeah, we
that
did.
was awesome. That was a really, really good clue. So,
Yeah, that is pretty
I mean,
bulletproof, I feel like.
Yeah, this whole theory is bulletproof.
We're getting a little cocky. But
I mean, yeah, we are. But listen, we had a discussion about this earlier. I will not be mad if Ezra is not A, as long as they tie things up in a good way. I want the A reveal to be a good one. I want the story to be a good one. I want the motive to be good. I'd love to be surprised by it. I don't want it to be Wilden or Clark or Lucas. Then I'll be upset. But if it's Ren and they give us some really good reasons and explain all the clues that point to Ezra,
right.
then, you know, it's whatever. I'm not like, I won't be mad at the show. But at this point, like, I'm so solidly convinced that they would have to do a really good job convincing me otherwise.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So something we kind of discussed earlier this week or last week after the other episode was the possibility of Ezra and Mona working together, whether Mona is now maybe Redcoat or Mona is Uber A or whatever. Mona's been acting really shady lately.
Yeah.
And we both think it would be really cool if it turned out that the two fake A's were the two real A's. You know, as we all know, Mona was revealed to be the original A in season 2, and Ezra was kind of revealed to be a fake A in mid-season 4 or something.
Yep.
So how cool would it be if, you know, those were thrown in there to, like, really throw us off. We totally wrote them off because they were already revealed. No one suspects a thing. And then, surprise, like, this whole time, you should have watched them more closely because they really were the bad guys that we revealed them to be so early on.
Yeah.
It would just be awesome. I mean, I still kind of, like, want Arya to be in on it, but
Me
I would be
too.
totally satisfied if it ended up being Ezra and Mona together. That would be, what an awesome team.
I know.
So in the video, in the old home movie at the arcade, when it's Freddy and Jason, and by the way, Freddy is not a new character, you guys. Like, give me a break. Like, this is not, we're not being introduced to a new character. Freddy is Charles. Not only does Ezra look, I think he looks just like this kid. I could easily see him growing up to be Ezra. I think he looks like Ezra in the face so much. He has lighter hair, but hair color changes.
Right.
So, Ezra's Charles. Another thing that I've seen come up online a couple times is the fact that we see Ezra in 6B, so he can't be Charles. But for me, like, if anything, that's, like, more reason. I mean, if he wasn't in 6B, it would just be weird. Like, imagine Ezra being revealed as Charles in the finale, and then you literally never see his character again. Like,
Right.
wouldn't that be really weird?
Like, Mona was revealed as A, and she was in the very next episode.
Right. I mean, even when Mona thought she was being, the actress thought she was being killed off, but she still came back to film flashbacks. As we all
Right.
know, there's so many flashbacks in the show.
Right.
And I mean, Charles is going to reveal himself, and then we're going to jump 4 years ahead, and these girls are definitely going to have flashbacks of him revealing himself, his story. I'm sure we're going to see in 4 years, where is Charles and what is he doing? Maybe we'll see some things from his perspective. Maybe we'll flash back to him doing some of the things he did, and it'll be from his perspective. So I think it's very possible that Ezra is Charles and he's still filming in 6B.
Yeah, and like maybe he's in jail and we'll see him there.
Yeah, I mean, it could be anything. I think it would be so weird if whoever was revealed as Charles and then they were just like gone and they just like only talked about them.
I agree with that for sure.
And we still, like, where is Ren at this point? At this point, if he was revealed as Charles, he will have, unless he's in the next episode, which it doesn't look like he is, he will have only been in the finale episode. They haven't planted any Ren seeds, which is like not good writing, and these are good writers.
Oh yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's like they put so many tiny clues. I just feel like it would be lazy to not put, well, not only do they put tiny clues, they put like really big clues.
Yeah.
That when you go back, you're like, oh, duh. So I just feel like it would be lazy if they didn't reference or set it up at all.
Yeah.
For it to be Ren. And then he just, like, showed up out of the blue. It's like...
It's anticlimactic. It's like, oh, okay, like, we thought you were in London, but you were, like, planning this whole A thing.
Same with Cece.
Yeah.
I'm not buying that one either.
At this point, like, if it's anyone other than Ren or Ezra, that'll be, like, really surprising. I don't even want to give the Ren theory, like, that much credit, but, like, 99.999% of me thinks it's Ezra, and then there's, like, a 0.00, you know, there's, like, this tiniest pie slice that's, like, maybe it could be Ren, because those are all the other theories I've seen, but there's, like, no one else even on my radar. So part of me is like, well, maybe it would be cool if it was someone else, because I would be so surprised.
Based on all the clues and everything, I don't understand how they would make it work for it to be somebody else, but I'm open to it if it's a cool explanation.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
I just want it to be a cool story. I'm so eager to see how they do it.
I know, and how they do it, how Charles is unmasked. Does he, like, physically pull off his mask, or does someone, like, rip it off him? Like we talked about, how does he explain his story? I don't know. They've done a really good job just barely teasing the finale. Like, we really have only seen the shots of the girls in their dresses and
there's
dancing
like
a little bit.
No scenes from it at all.
We don't know anything. We saw that weird guy with the mask holding the tray of drinks. Yeah. The whole finale episode should be, like, a really big surprise.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. It's going to be amazing.
I hope Hannah punches Charles in the face.
I can see her doing that.
Me too.
I can totally see her doing that. We'll have to watch, like, when Charles is revealed, we'll have to watch Arya's reaction closely.
Totally. I can't wait.
Oh my god, it's going to be so exciting.
Yep.
It's going to be, like, the greatest night in television history.
I bet it's going to be the most tweeted about episode in television history.
Yeah. And when Ezra is revealed, you guys better tweet at us.
Oh, I fully
give us credit for that shit.
Yes. To get credit. We better.
Well,
really, you should get credit. I'm just the supporting staff over here.
I know I'm getting, like, way too confident on this. It's going to be embarrassing if I'm not right. I just have, like, this really strong feeling about it.
I really hope so.
I mean, yeah, he's just, like, very bizarre right now. Like, I don't think he's just going to, like, go do his Habitat for Humanity thing and then come back in 4 years. Like, there's no way.
No, I agree.
I know there are a lot of theories that we're the same person because we're never seen on camera together. So we just wanted to show you guys that we're two different people.
Yeah, we're here. We're just
April and Hannah,
besties in Portland, having a great time talking about PLL. Yep. So that's it for tonight. We hope you guys enjoyed the video. We had fun, as usual.
But by the way, it took us like 15 minutes to set up the camera to film the both of us, so you won't be seeing this a lot.
Don't get used to it. Yeah, anything else interesting to add?
I liked our game.
Me too. That was fun. We really hope you guys play it and start tweeting.
It's really fun. On finale day, we should do a combination of the hoodie game and the bingo game.
Oh yeah, it's gonna get rowdy here.
Totally.
I'm really excited.
If anyone's in the Portland metro area, stop on by.
Oh my gosh. All right, so I think that's it.
Cool. Till next time.
Bye. Hey guys, thanks for watching. We hope you liked the video. Leave a comment with your theories or any thoughts on our theories. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe for new videos every week.
Is dead.